Hello wrestling fans, this is Tom Collihue once again with some rumours, some news and hopefully a little bit of entertainment along the way. I always hope to be a little bit entertaining, even though I understand I still need to get better editing, background music. I at least have a name now. Actually no I don't, it's just my name. Promise you I'm working on it. Here today with my RA Stark t-shirt. I unfortunately do not have the amount of nerdy t-shirts required to be a YouTuber. But this is possibly the best of the lot, so I hope you enjoy it. Starting today with a Superstar Shakeup planned after Wrestlemania. I reported this on Sportskeeda back at the end of December. It still looks likely now. With the amount of time between the report and the actuality, there is always a possibility to change, but that is the working plan at the moment. I know there was a draft back in October. The situation hasn't changed too much since then, but there are some balance issues starting to become apparent now, particularly with a lack of faces at the top of Smackdown. Now that we've seen The Miz turn back to heel, Daniel Bryan's not 100% face, there's a few quandaries there that could be very interesting, and also a few issues with the women's division now that Becky Lynch has beat quite a lot of them, to be honest, and that's why we're seeing Shayna Baszler now appearing as the opponent. I did report back at the Royal Rumble that Baszler was a likely winner. End result was this match. This match is of course now happening, so quite excited, or at least it will be happening if Shayna Baszler wins in the Elimination Chamber. The Superstar Shakeup is planned to have NXT stars involved. This is becoming more clear as to who it might be based on current storylines and current championships. Rhea Ripley is now getting challenged by Charlotte Flair. A victory for Charlotte surely means a trade of some sort there. A victory for Shayna Baszler challenging Becky Lynch surely means some trade there. But also when you look at Gargano Ciampa going one last time, hopefully one last time. When you look at the Undisputed Era losing a lot of their championships recently, only the actual NXT championship remains. It seems highly likely that Adam Cole will be defending against Finn Balor in the coming weeks leading up to WrestleMania and take over Tampa. Finn Balor currently undefeated on NXT since his return. I see that very likely to continue. Adam Cole could be in a world of trouble here. Of course he would get his heat back immediately upon a move to Raw or Smackdown. Undisputed Era and Shayna Baszler are the most likely candidates at the moment to get the call up. Of course now it's a call sideways. But there are believed to be a number of changes planned. When it comes to moves to NXT, the idea is that it would maintain the NXT spirit the fans have come to expect. That is a direct quote from a source. Pro Wrestling Sheet's Ryan Satin is reporting that Samoa Joe has unfortunately picked up another injury. He's had a very bad run of luck on the main roster so far, essentially since his debut. He's had a number of injuries. Literally upon his debut he was picking them up, and it's not been tremendous ever since. It seems so accidental as well. There has been such a run of bad luck with Samoa Joe, and it's a real shame considering the immense amount of talent. The injury this time apparently happened while filming a commercial. Such bad luck, especially with the amount of momentum he's had. Given stories that have gone around recently, I know that there are going to be some fans who are saying, oh but look, he actually has been suspended for a wellness policy violation. That still is not the case. So if people are starting to look in that way, and maybe last week was a way to sort of second guess the audience, no, there was no wellness policy violation. The account that made that initial claim has withdrawn it since and apologised. Fair play to them, it does happen in the wrestling journalism world. Bit of news on AEW. I did report well before Chris Jericho won the championship that he was the favourite to win and his eventual successor would be Jon Moxley. That feud has now arrived. It's coming very close at Revolution in a couple of weeks, and I find it very likely that Jon Moxley is going to win that championship. At the time of his debut, Jon Moxley was the hottest commodity in wrestling and really helped to elevate AEW Dynamite's status. That has continued. AEW continue to come on by leaps and bounds. They are producing real quality right now, very exciting stuff. AEW is producing a great product right now, well worth a watch. It does look like Jon Moxley is going to be the next champion. When he was that hot when he first came in, that's when the decision seems to have been made. It's unfortunate that since then they've not been able to maintain that momentum. The top names in the business since Moxley came through, The Fiend reached a new pinnacle, Drew McIntyre's having a good moment, but I think the hottest commodity in wrestling right now is still Rhea Ripley. A little something on Randy Orton and Edge, as that storyline is becoming increasingly clear and apparent. Orton has now started to apologise. This storyline has a lot of parallels with what initially happened when Shawn Michaels returned from injury in 2002. He had his storyline with Triple H, where Triple H simply had no faith that he would be able to return, and so he tried to put him out for good. That seems to be exactly what's happening with Orton and Edge. That makes the most sense given everything that he's saying in his promos, and I think that is exactly where they're going, given the people who are writing this. It seems not so much a rehash as a homage. And when you think of the two people involved, it's a great way to show the love and the respect between these two men, to have a storyline like this. This was, of course, what was originally planned to happen between Moxley and Rollins, because Moxley, when he was still Dean Ambrose, simply lost faith that Roman Reigns would be back, and all he ever needed was a hug from the big dog. As a man who wrote the Roman Reigns amateur, I've wrote that joke so many times, and it still warms my heart, knowing 100% that all Jon Moxley ever needed was a big hug from a big dog. One final note, unfortunately ending on a little bit of a negative. I've had a lot of fun making these videos. I always ask for likes and subscriptions and all of that, and to know that people are enjoying them and want to see more. Lately I've had a lot of people telling me, man, maybe you shouldn't, because I've had a lot of people sending DMs to people in my replies, essentially just trawling through people who replied to my tweets, sending them DMs attacking me. I know who it was. I've got plentiful screenshots, far more than I initially expected once I did a little digging. It's unnecessary, it's not helpful, and I'm still here. What I would like to say though is a huge thank you. I did tweet something about this, feeling a little bit disheartened, and there has been such a massive outwell of support. I cannot quite begin to describe how incredible a feeling it is to have so many people have your back and support you in such a way. I tried to reply to as many of the messages as possible, but I just want to send another thank you. There are so many people I've connected with and so many people I've got to know, and there are so many people I haven't got to know yet. But to know that people support and feel so much and really believe in me, it means a lot to me, and it really does help support what I'm going for. I don't make a lot of money from this. I have my regular day job, so I don't have a lot of time to make a lot of money from this. I enjoy meeting and interviewing wrestlers, I enjoy learning about the business, and I enjoy interacting with people. If anyone ever has questions, by all means reach out. I know unfortunately I don't get to answer as many as I would like, but try me. It's the case with a lot of people I've met. The host of my podcast, I nearly said Corey Graves there, definitely not him. Corey Guns originally just reached out for me, I didn't follow him, we didn't really talk beforehand, but he reached out and said, hi, I like your work, would you like to be on a podcast? Reach out, I would love to join in the conversation with some more of you, and once again, just a huge thank you to anyone who has sent a message of support, anyone who has followed me or ever clicked like, anyone who's ever watched any of these videos. My YouTube is growing so fast, and I am forever grateful. That's all I've got for you today. Thank you for watching, and thank you for coming.